Ladies and gentlemen, have you people visualized on how Nane Nane is going to be? What is Nane Nane? Nane Nane, this is an event that Kenyans, youths countrywide, particularly the Gen Zs, have organized that is going to occur in Nairobi. Here they are saying they are going to have 3 million strong Gen Zs and millennials who are going to march to State House. Have you people visualized on how it is going to happen? Have you been even asked yourself whether it is going to happen? Now, on this video here today, I want to dissect on why Raila is not a man to underestimate under any circumstance in this country as far as the political terrain is concerned. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive into the topic today here. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga has been in politics for more than 35 years now. Raila Amolo Odinga's effect has always been felt by all the 4 presidents we have had in the country. Raila Amolo Odinga, as we speak right now, he has a deal with William Ruto. Let me call it a handshake, and it can manifest clearly in the Ruto's government through the nominees that were made, who are the top right-hand men of Raila Amolo Odinga in the ODM party. So therefore, Raila Amolo Odinga is not a man to underestimate. Why am I bringing in Raila Amolo Odinga in this case? Raila Amolo Odinga is right now working with the government that the Gen Zs and millennials are against. Are they going to succeed to conduct their march to State House or even gather in Nairobi under Raila's watch? That is the dissection that I want to make here today. Now, first of all, I have a few things I want to talk about here. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, in most of the elections that he has been vying for presidency, Raila Amolo Odinga has controlled almost 50% of the Kenyan population. This cuts across from the youths and the old generation. And actually, even right now as we speak, there is a huge percentage of Kenyans who are behind Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, therefore, someone having this kind of an ability of controlling 4 million plus, 50% of Kenyans, is not a person to underestimate at any cost. Therefore, it's a message to the Gen Zs and millennials. Let us not underestimate at any cost the effect of Raila Amolo Odinga. Therefore, when it comes to Nane Nane, the same government Raila is now right inside with these people. The success of Nane Nane, it's almost 0%. Why am I saying so? Kenyans might decide to gather. Kenyans might decide to be in the streets, but if you check what is happening in the country right now, Raila has completely changed the conversation. Why am I saying so? It has to be very clear that the handshake deal with William Ruto has already manifested. Why am I saying so? The Gen Z protests have gone down. The ones we used to have before and the ones that came out later on, we can see clearly a big difference between the two protests. And also, if you check clearly, the conversations that were going on between Ruto should go or not, I think among the Gen Zs, of course, the conversations have also gone down significantly. Why am I saying so? Right now, there are people who are talking of, no. What if Ruto leaves the office? We have the alternative Gachagua. And who started this conversation? It is Raila Amolo Odinga, where he said in a public forum that if Ruto goes, then who comes in? Gachagua, who is worse. You get this? Now, when we have the effect of Raila Amolo Odinga in government, most bad things will not happen. I'm very sure that the issue of marching to State House itself, it might not work, even gathered in Nairobi, because there's a huge number of votes. Huge number of voters, even youth themselves, who strongly believe in Raila Amolo Odinga, and particularly when he says no. Also, the conversations that are going on in the country, where people are saying that now Ruto is working with Baba, we are not going to go against him. Others are saying, now, Gachagua is not a better option. If we get Ruto out of office now, Gachagua is not a better option. Therefore, it is very effective that Raila Amolo Odinga has already taken roots in the government, and the conversation in the country has changed completely. Another thing I want to say here, it is that Ruto pronounced some few things in the country during the protest that I personally feel had weight. And these things usually, when the president says, they come from the intelligence level. Now, during the protests, Gachagua claimed that the intelligence service failed. But Ruto said they have received intelligence saying that government was going to be overthrown by some individuals, and people are taking advantage of the Gen Zs and millennials in the country to take over government and overthrow Ruto from power. Now, Raila coming in was not just because it was an agreement that was made. Raila came into the government based on these allegations, where people were saying that there are people planning to overthrow William Ruto. And as a result, so Raila came to offer what has been offering other presidents, protection and saving them from falling. The second thing, to ensure that Kenya, at least it is running. Thirdly, self-interest, where he has to ensure also he has been supported well to go to the AU and actually the campaign to go successfully. And also to ensure that at least he has maintained the dignity of the country by ensuring it's a peaceful country. Because honestly, it couldn't be fair if Raila goes to vie for an AU chairmanship seat while his country is burning. So therefore, he had to ensure this has happened. And actually, this time around, he ensured it has happened publicly by ensuring there are nominations that were made into the government to ensure they steer forward what Kenyans want. So therefore, you cannot underestimate the effect of Raila Odinga coming into power to protect William Ruto. And that one has a very significant effect on the Gen Z and millennial protests in the country. And therefore, it raises the question whether it will be successful to hold 99 in the country or even achieve anything significant come August 8, that is next week. Another thing that it has to be that Raila has effectively changed the conversation in the country. As we speak right now, all these conversations that were going that Ruto must go have stopped. The reason why is that Raila has brought some hope that Kenyans did not have previously. People believe that Raila is a performer. Raila has the best interest of Kenyans, the Kenyans' best interest at heart. So everybody feels that if Raila is given the chance to be in government the way Ruto has done, probably things are going to happen the right way. If you see the dockets that were given to Raila Odinga through, of course, his right-hand man, particularly the energy and the treasury, these are dockets that determine the way of life for every common mwananchi. So therefore, if you check what is happening currently in the country, those dockets, particularly the energy and treasury, the ones I've talked about, if right things are done there, then the country is moving to the right trajectory. That means that Kenyans can have hope based on Raila's track record that probably is going to organize this country to fit the interests of the common mwananchi. Also, John Mbadi and the minority leader P. Wandai have been at the top of their voices, speaking on how the government has been doing some wrong things. Now that they have been given the dockets themselves, probably Kenyans now have hope that these guys, because they know what they have been saying before, and they have been given those dockets where they should correct based on what they have been saying, therefore the country is going to the right direction. And from this video, I want to conclude very well that based on the nominations, therefore, and the hope of course, of Kenyans have been restored, and the spirit of protesting in the country have changed. This comes from the result of parents intervening, telling them, no, Raila Odinga coming in power probably is going to help the government. And also others, because of the fact that Raila Odinga is in government, there's this general feeling that now Baba is already with them, and probably there's going to be some right things being done in the government. Another thing I want to say here, it is that there are people who believe now they can't win against Raila Odinga and Ruto combined. Therefore, they have decided to generally give up because Raila has betrayed them. But in real sense, Raila Odinga joining William Ruto, it's an effective strategy that William Ruto used. And on this video here, I want to conclude by saying that Raila Odinga, he has already changed the issue to do with protest that Ruto must go. Right now, coming 8th of 2024, probably 8th August of 2024, you're going to see either low turnout of people across the country, or no protest across the country, or no names being mentioned, particularly when it comes to William Ruto must go slogans. And that is my video there and there. And if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Also, if you check what is in the comment sections, kindly make sure that you also comment there. We can have a conversation there. I see your opinions, so that as we move forward, we keep engaging ourselves on this channel. My name is Abel Mokwa.